Do you guys call yourselves close, or do you think that you're distant, or?
Neither close nor distant.
You have your own space.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
You respect each other's own space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you never any time like we have to take up for each other, or like, you know, that's my brother, or that's my sister, or none of that?
No.
No.
I'm very much more like
I'm just
fend for
me.
yourself.
You just him. You do you.
And I do me.
me.
Look, listen, I'm always excited when I have past students on my podcast. And both of you started gymnastics with me when you were about 5 and 6?
Yep.
Something like that? Because you were barely talking, right? You came in, you so what's your name is? I don't know yet. Didn't you say that? No.
No, I just,
Sounds like
I was
something
like,
you'd say.
I think I was just real quiet.
You were quiet, you
Yeah.
were quiet. But you had so much talent, Mimi. I'm telling you, but I want to thank both of you for taking the time to come here. I know that when we called you to come in earlier, you said that Shin was still passed out. What'd you do last night, man?
My neck.
Your neck, what happened?
So,
What'd you do?
I have no idea. I know I hurt something in my trapezius muscles, just not sure how.
Right.
So I've been using a lot of what do you call it in Japan? We call it shippu.
Shippu, yeah,
like
putting that
salon
on.
pass.
Yeah, yeah. Have you been putting the tape on and stuff?
I have.
Yes.
So, and then I did some cupping therapy on myself, so I've got a lot of bruises here from that.
How can you do that yourself on your back? You mean Mimi put it on you?
No, he did.
I did it myself.
don't
I
touch
just
him.
applied pressure onto the like silicone cups. And
Right.
it just stuck on.
Is that right?
Yeah, it works wonders.
So you feel much better?
I feel so much better.
Are you lifting though? Do you still lift while you're here?
Yeah.
Where are you going to lift?
I
Oh, here.
either lift here or go to Club 360 and work with
360.
one of the trainers.
You do that too?
I do too.
You come here sometimes to work out?
No, I rarely come here, but I go to Club 360.
Well, tell me this. I'm gonna start. Where were you born? You don't know?
Taiwan.
You took the
No,
time. Wait,
No, I
let
was
me
gonna
wait. That's a
say-
hard question.
I was gonna say, I don't know where, but like
You
in
don't. You
Taiwan-
guys don't really
no,
know.
Oh, I
You
do.
don't know either.
I do.
He knows. I just don't know, but it's in Taiwan.
No, we were born at the same place.
Yeah, no, I know that.
But you don't know where it is.
Yeah.
Have you ever been there?
Yeah.
Yes.
A couple times.
How old were you two when you were adopted? Both of you were adopted.
think
You're
that-
both biologically brother and sister.
Yeah.
So where were you adopted?
So I was adopted, I believe, before I was 1.
Okay.
So
How many years difference?
I think 1.5, 1.5, 2 years.
Okay. So you're just a baby.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So you don't remember the 1 year old, of course. You don't remember anything then.
No.
No.
Right. So you adopted at 1. Your parents are both beautiful people. I mean, they're fantastic. They're really, really good people. Have you guys had a chance to meet your biological parents?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think we have a family friend that is they're friends with both our biological parents and our current parents. And they kind of, I think, they kind of talk to us every now and then.
Right.
Then so when we were younger, I guess, she told us, come by over here, come to Taiwan or Kaohsiung, which is a southern province, and come meet up with us.
How old were you then?
I believe I was 10 or
Okay, so it
11
would have
when
made
I
you
saw
9.
them.
Yeah.
9, 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you went to.
I went to, yeah.
And what was it like?
It was like the weather there is really warm down there.
And humid.
And
Yeah, it was
humid.
humid.
Right.
I guess very different styles of living, I guess. Just difference between Tokyo and Southeast Asian country.
Right.
Just or East Asian countries, just very different.
Right. But how'd you feel when you start seeing everyone look like they were related to you?
It was
Awkward.
Didn't it
It
feel
was
funny?
awkward.
there's obviously that language barrier,
Right.
just because we don't speak. I believe it's Chinese,
Chinese, right?
Mandarin or Cantonese. I don't know
Right.
which language
I think it's
they
Mandarin.
speak,
Yeah.
but it's very awkward
Mhm.
when you don't speak their language or they don't speak your language.
Right.
So I guess our family friend was kind of more or less a translator.
Right.
That was kind of cool.
Right. So what was it like meeting your parents?
From what I remember, it was
Wait, are your parents married?
yeah, our biological ones.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they have other kids?
Yeah.
Yes. So we have 2 half brothers. Older.
Wait. How could they be your half
No, we have
brother?
two biological brothers.
Yeah.
They just weren't adopted.
They just weren't adopted.
Yeah.
So your parents were really young when they gave you up or something? Do you?
I have no idea.
You have no idea about that?
No idea.
Okay, I'm getting all in your business. Just curious.
No, it's
fine, no, it's
good.
fine.
It's
But
good.
you're like my kids in a way because I've had an hour with you once a week, and Mimi worked with me for a little bit.
It's true.
Yeah.
Did you? No, you never did.
No,
Never did.
no.
Yeah, but Mimi worked with me for a little bit. Sure. But that's so you because your parents, like I said, they were always very open with me too.
Oh yeah.
Your mother's a lawyer,
She's a lawyer.
She's a lawyer.
and your father's a professor.
He's a
Yeah.
He's a
professor.
professor, yes. Because I always watch them walking around Azaba, that area. Because they love
Oh,
going
yeah.
on their long walks. So what has it been like? So I know you're born in Taiwan. You got to meet your biological parents, but you didn't say what it was like. What was it like?
To meet them?
Yes. Okay, so how did it turn out? Did you guys hug and kiss at the end and have any tears or?
I don't
They
think so.
cried. Mom cried. Or both moms cried.
Okay, so both your mother and father were there?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
They hugged us, but it was awkward, so I didn't really hug back or anything. I was just kind of
she just like,
well, I mean, I don't know what to do, It was like meeting a stranger for the first time, so it's
Okay.
like, one of
Yeah.
those like, I don't know what to do, I don't know who they are, so.
It was more or less the same for me.
Oh, really? You felt that way too?
Well, I was just like a very awkward, silent kid when I was younger.
Right.
So-
That's true.
So I was the same back then too. I was more or less the same as Mimi.
Okay.
Just a lot more awkward.
Right. How long did you guys stay in Taiwan?
For a week, just like holiday or
Yeah.
something.
Okay. And you just saw them one day?
For one day, yeah.
One day, yeah.
Okay, and then you went on. Have you seen them since?
No.
No.
Okay. You guys are good. That's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about your brother was it brother and sister? They had another boy and a girl? Or
No, just boys.
Two
two
brothers.
boys.
Yeah.
So you're the only girl they produce.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this. Mimi. So tell me, when you guys were going through, so both of you went to Nishimachi, I know that.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And after Nishimachi, where'd you go?
I went to Yokohama International School.
That's right. You went to YS
Yeah.
with my. You didn't go at the same time my son
Yeah.
went. But you were there.
Yeah.
And that's a dynamite school.
Oh, I loved it.
Don't you think so? Because do they have the cliques?
They didn't. Well, they had
Some did.
they had some cliques, at least in my grade.
Okay.
But we were the least cliquey out of all the years, like my previous years or the years that came after us.
Right.
We were just all 60 of
group.
us were just so close together.
And that was the same with my sons. When they went
Oh,
there, everybody was close.
Oh, that's nice.
And it was good. Yeah. Why is it that all the kids always say good morning to everybody they pass by in the hall?
I have
Even when they
no
don't know
idea.
you. They do that, right?
They do that.
'Cause
My
do
grade didn't.
You were there for how long?
Like
Oh,
a
wow.
couple months.
Like a month, and then I left.
Okay. So you didn't see anyone saying good morning?
Well, I was pretty close with the people in my grade for 1 month, and then I became really close with his grade.
Right.
But the people in like my grade or like just the people I know, no
Doing-
really said good
Nobody was
morning.
really saying good morning. They
It
were
was just like my grade, you would say hi and then just walk
walking right by
past.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what impressed me about the school, the fact that the kids were, if they didn't know you and you know, they say,
Oh
hello,
yeah.
good morning.
That
They're
every
really
morning
close.
for me.
So when you're in school, so you're still in school, you finished high school now?
I finished high school.
So what are you doing now? Is you still doing it from home? Are you still
Yeah,
doing
I-
education through home?
I do from home.
Do you like that?
I prefer doing online.
Than
learned
being
that
around the
from-
kids? Why?
I guess after I left YS, I switched to an online high school, and then during that time I realized, online environment like suits me the best, like the
Mhm.
learning style.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the current school I go to, it was just kind of like, after high school, I was thinking about like not going to college, but then I got bored.
So did you have a break?
I had like, I think about 6 months or like 4.
Just free.
Yeah, I was
And
gonna
that was
take
more fun.
I was gonna take a gap year, but then I got really really bored. So then I just like, why not do something? Sign up for college. Picked the first school. I got in. Okay.
And do you enjoy it?
I feel like quitting,
You thinking about quitting now?
but I'm not,
But you're not gonna quit.
because I know if I stop, I'm gonna be bored again, and but it's kind of fun.
What are your favorite subjects in school?
I mean, I'm doing one subject at a time,
Mm-hmm.
so it's, I guess, easier to balance with everything I'm doing right now. So right now I'm taking biology, but it's more on anatomy because I'm focusing on health science right now.
That you might do something like that when you get out?
Possibly.
Right.
I mean, it was just one of those. I mean, I was looking at like different categories of like what I think I might do, but then I just kind of kept picking, I guess, that one subject. So just kind of decided on doing health science.
Mm-hmm.
So.
But you're not focused on any one thing for sure yet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Shin?
So I'm a psychology and health exercise sports studies double major.
Okay.
So
Why?
I just love like learning about the human body, which is why I chose the sports studies like major. And then when it comes to psychology, I just love learning human behavior, like the patterns of human behavior.
Mm-hmm.
That's something I've always been very interested in since I went to Yokohama International School.
That's when you got hooked on it?
That's where I got hooked on it.
What was it? Was it a book you read, or was it a professor you had?
Was,
a teacher
it was
you
just
had?
a class. It was one of the courses I took for the IB
Right.
diploma program. The teacher I had was fantastic.
Who was it?
I think it was Mr. Parker.
Mr. Parker?
Yeah.
And what was the subject?
It's just called psychology. It was
Okay.
You learned a little bit about all the major types of psychology,
Right.
like health psychology, developmental psychology, all of that. So that was really cool, and that's where I got hooked on it.
Did he have a lot of interaction in the class?
Oh yeah, a lot of interaction.
Really?
Yeah, we had about 15 kids in our class.
Right.
So very small, and everyone was really close to each other. We knew each other, and the teacher was just, his teaching style was so interactive. He made sure everyone talked in class. It was very discussion based.
Okay.
So it wasn't him standing there and lecturing you. It was you go, like the night before you'd read the textbook, then you'd come to class, and then you'd have a whole class discussion.
Yeah.
So it's very similar to what college is like for me.
College is the same way?
It's the same
So where are
way.
you going to college?
So I go to Denison University.
Okay,
It's
where's that located?
It's middle of Ohio. So
Oh, that must be fun.
I wish.
No, dude.
No, Ohio's
Lot of
just,
corn.
it's just a
Lot
lot
of
of
corn.
I was just
It's
gonna
a nice
say.
place, so I like it there.
It's just a
You've
lot
been
of
there? Have
corn.
you been there?
Yeah, we just came back from there. Actually.
Well, we just come here. What are you doing there? Listening to my brother.
Vacation.
Checking my brother out.
Wrong. I just went for vacation.
Was it fun?
It was fun. I mean,
So
I
you
like
like
it
corn
there.
too?
I hate corn. I absolutely hate corn.
A lot of corn, right?
It's
A lot
so
of cornfields.
30 within a 30-mile radius of my school. It's just cornfields
I know.
in every direction.
hate
So-
Right.
but it's
But this
nice.
is industrial, right?
Yeah, it's all
It's not the
industrial.
corn you can eat.
No.
Isn't that interesting?
It was so weird. I thought you could only eat corn or feed it to cows, but
Right.
you do a lot more with it.
That's right. That's what they're doing. They use it for fuel.
Fuel, yeah.
But that's interesting. So, what is it like for you being there? There are a lot of other Asians at school with you.
There's a decent amount of Asians.
Mhm.
It's very small. It's like we have 2,500 students.
That's smaller than my high school.
Oh yeah, and I love it there. I love the small.
Because everybody knows everybody.
Yep. It's just you see the same faces almost every day. It's just so nice.
What are you, a junior now?
I'm a junior going
junior,
into my
okay.
senior year.
All right.
Yeah.
So you enjoy that because everyone gets along, everyone's pretty
Oh,
good
yeah.
with each other?
Yeah. It's very hard to walk across campus without someone saying hi or good morning
Right.
if it's in the morning.
So,
I was there for his photography.
what photography?
Well,
I just do sports photography.
she took some photographs of me.
Oh, you
doing
were, I
practice.
mean, you were there taking pictures?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you're a photographer?
Well, I do it as a hobby, so
Okay.
it started during Nishimachi track, I believe. Yeah. I was doing photography for them and then kind of turned into
I remember you with your camera, yes.
soccer for the boys and girls futsal. And then also for the YS track team. And now it's just hobby and I just do it.
Do you usually take of people?
Mm-hmm.
You don't do nature? That's okay.
I do nature as well, but I prefer doing sports. I mean, it's more interesting
You
that
like
way.
sports?
Yeah.
So what do you shoot with? What kind of camera do you use?
Canon.
Canon? What are your hobbies outside of lifting weights and...
That's a good question.
Okay.
I love playing video games in my free time.
Like what are the games? Oh, you do too? Oh, she's confirming. That's a fact. What kind of videos?
That's a good question.
Okay,
I play everything and anything.
You're not like a first shooter type of guy? You like first shooter?
I do. I used to play, and I still do, Call of Duty.
Right.
So I still play that.
That's famous, right?
But recently I've gotten into this game called Football Manager. It's it's like soccer. You're managing a soccer team, and then you're taking them through the years, trying to win trophies with them. It's something that's super relaxing. Doesn't take that much time.
Is it single player?
Yeah, it's single player.
So you don't have to be online with other people. Okay.
So I just love those easy, simple, I guess, managing type of games or simulation games.
Right.
That's just something take my mind off of everything that's happening.
Else, right?
Yeah.
When did you start doing this? When did you start liking video games?
Very young age, like.
Even when you were doing gymnastics with us, you were doing.
Oh yeah. Probably before I could even talk. It's just something I've grown up with.
You never got into it?
I started, I was watching him, and then I started, and I was like, every time I lose, I would rage.
After Mortal Kombat, you guys played, he beat you a couple of times, and you said, okay, I'm not going to play.
No, but then after a while, I got better.
You got better, right?
I stopped, getting really mad, you know? And now I just have fun with it,
But yeah, I just, my first video game, my first real video game, I got it from Nishimachi's Scholastic, one of those those book fairs.
Scholastic,
and they just happened to have a video game that caught my attention, so I got that, installed it, and just
went to town.
Just went to town, yeah. And that's how it started for me.
But it's not really bad. I mean, it really helps you with some strategy sometimes.
Oh yeah.
And like you said, it is calming too. Because you get your mind off of everything. You're in that game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Do you ever have dreams about it? Have you ever had any dreams about your games?
No.
Yeah, neither have I. That's interesting. But when you're playing it, you look at the time and you go,
what?
You're right. I started at 8 o'clock in the morning and it's 8 o'clock at night now.
Yeah. No, but what I've learned from playing video games is that I think video games have taught me to stay present and be in the present. I'm fully focused on this task, which is in this case video games.
Right.
And then when I finish playing, then I focus on the next task.
Right.
And it's also taught me to be very patient and be patient with myself. Sometimes things don't go your way. You just have to get over it.
Okay.
And that's the same thing. It's the same way I operate in real life.
How have you two been together as brother and sister? Do you guys call yourselves close, or do you think that you're distant, or?
Neither close nor distant.
You have your own space.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You respect each other's own space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you never any time where you have to take up for each other, that's my brother, or that's my sister, none of that?
No. I'm very much more
I'm just
fend for
me.
yourself.
You just him. You do you.
And I do me.
me. Yeah.
You guys never have any talks or anything?
No.
No.
Okay.
No.
Well, how are mom and dad? You guys fought when you were young, right?
All the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
She'd threaten to break my Legos.
Okay,
I thought you were going to say leg. She threatened to break my leg. No, my Legos. Okay. You threatened that too.
I thought I thought so too.
You thought you was gonna say leg?
Yeah, I thought I was gonna say leg.
She threatened to break my leg. No, but Legos and what else?
Legos, computer, like
Okay,
my laptops,
I didn't go as far as that.
like a lot of my toys.
Legos.
But what would you
Legos.
do? You never threatened her?
Not really.
Oh, but he did whack me with a tea set that I had, my favorite tea set lid.
When you guys were really young?
Yeah.
He whacked me
Bah.
multiple
Oh, you remember?
times.
You remember that?
Yeah.
I always had a bloody nose after that.
Right on the nose.
Oh, you did? Yeah.
Oh, I did.
She must have did something horrible to you.
I did nothing.
That's what you. No.
Yeah, right.
Like just. I don't know. Push one too many buttons.
Moment, yeah, and that was the last button. So, okay, here we go. Here we go.
No, I swear I was just doing my own tea set, okay? It was like my
Okay.
favorite tea set.
Okay.
Then I just got whacked in the
You
face.
you guys are mild. I mean, your relationship's really mild, and I think it's really caring.
Yeah.
Let me ask you about some other questions.
Yeah.
Because you're young, and so how old are you now, Shin?
I'm 21.
21. You're 19.
19.
Okay, right. So you guys are very close. I'm asking you how you think about society now, but it's all that you've ever known. How is
Yeah.
Corona? That's all you know. How did you feel about Corona when it started, and the fact that we had to wear a mask and you're restricted and doing a lot of stuff? How did it
So when
affect
Corona started, I thought it was the best day of my life, just because I could stay in and play video games all day. That's what I thought. But
you thought?
I
How
got-
long did that last?
maybe a month.
Okay,
I
right.
got really bored. But otherwise, Corona's been a pain, like in the butt.
I mean, but for your friends too, and the people.
For my friends too. It's just I was at school during while COVID was happening. I was in college. I was in my dorm, but we had restrictions where we couldn't see each other, our friends in each other's dorms or hang out.
You mean you could only in your own dorm you could deal with people there?
No, you couldn't even hang out with people in your own dorm. You had to
Room to room, next door.
No, you had to be outside or in an open space.
Who was monitoring it? Who's monitoring it?
It was very much like if someone caught you, they'd report it.
I got you.
And
So
it
you
was
use
one of
peer
those-
pressure.
it
They
was
use
just-
peer. Yeah,
it was
that's
peer pressure.
wrong.
It wasn't terrible because I still got to see my friends. So it wasn't like my life's been impacted too much. So I had it pretty easy compared to a lot of people.
Like who?
I had some friends that were quite literally kicked off campus because they would constantly hang out in someone else's room. They'd host parties, and that during the heyday of COVID,
Right.
at least on campus.
Right.
And so they got kicked off campus. So they had it pretty bad, and then they got fined as well for hosting those parties and destroying some of the property. But yeah, they had it a lot worse than me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mimi, how was it for you?
When Corona started, I mean, I was in high school. I was doing online studies, so I don't think didn't really impact me that much. I don't think. I mean, I was already at home 24/7, and I didn't really have a purpose of going out much. But yeah, other than that, after a while, I still didn't go out much. I just stayed home and did my studies.
So it didn't impact you so much.
Not that
I have
much.
another thing.
Well, go on. Sure,
so
tell me.
I've been a tour guide at my school, so I
Oh.
give tours to families,
Right.
prospective students.
Right.
Having to wear a mask while walking up and down a hill and talking for an
Oh,
hour straight
the-
is very tough.
In Ohio.
It can get
Ohio.
very humid in the
Oh,
summer.
can it? Okay.
It's nicer in the winter because the mask kind of keeps you
Okay. Warm.
warm, but in the summer it was horrible because it's so humid. You can't really take your masks off in front of
So
families
hard.
just because of safety.
Right.
So that was rough. And then I also managed to catch COVID earlier this year.
You caught it this year, but how did it affect you?
So,
everyone's different. With
It lasted a total of 4 weeks for me,
4 weeks, okay.
for most of the symptoms to go away.
Right.
So it started off with just a cough and a fever, just a mild cough fever, and then those two disappeared completely, and then I lost my sense of taste and smell.
Wait, now say it again. It started with the cough and stuff for 2 weeks.
For 2 weeks, and then the final 2 weeks, I started losing my sense of taste.
Okay.
Or at least the first week out of the two. I lost my sense of taste and smell completely. I tested it with hot sauce and vanilla ice cream. Could not
taste it at all.
Vanilla ice cream was weird because I could tell that it was sweet, but that's just from my memory. I think it was from my memory, but I just could not taste like the vanilla within the vanilla ice cream. It was just sweet. It was very weird.
Do you have any? Did it come back?
It came back after about 2-3 weeks.
Right.
It disappeared. It developed slowly. Like my sense of I just lost it gradually, and then it stayed like that for a week, and then it slowly my sense of taste and smell slowly came back.
Okay, anything else? That was the biggest effect for you?
That was the biggest effect, and that's the one thing that impacted me the most, because I love food.
Right.
And
but it didn't stop you from eating, it just stopped you from enjoying it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
did you try to do anything as a result that since you couldn't taste it, there must be some things you didn't like that you said, okay, let me see if I can eat this and what happens?
Yogurt?
You don't like yogurt?
No.
But you could eat it when you couldn't taste it?
I still hated the texture, so I still refused to eat it.
But the yogurt, the texture is like ice cream, kind of.
He doesn't like the smell.
The smell, but could you smell?
I couldn't smell it.
You couldn't smell it.
But
the
thought of it just.
Did you try vinegar?
I tried.
Tried what?
Vinegar. I hate vinegar.
Like he hates the smell
salad.
as well.
You didn't try it. Did you try it?
No. I could not get anywhere near.
You're just trying stuff you remember liking.
Yeah, and hoped every day that my sense of taste and smell came back. Nope, not for 2 weeks.
Did you get COVID?
Nope. The only people that hasn't gotten COVID is Mom and myself.
Your father got it?
Mm-hmm.
How long did his last? Were you there?
Oh, Mom and I were in the same car as him.
And nothing happened to either one of you?
Yeah, we were at sushi. He was saying, I don't feel that great. I think I have a fever. On our way back, he was driving. We kept the windows open. We were in the car with him for like an hour and a half. Come home, there's not we opened all the windows. We told him to take.
Did you guys think it was COVID? You were suspecting it by this time,
We were suspecting it.
Okay,
I mean, if any of us has like a cold or feel bad, we just we just infuse it. Yeah. So we made him. We gave him a test. Or at least take it twice.
Mm-hmm.
So he did. He had COVID.
Both
we locked him up in his office.
You guys said, okay,
so
bye-bye.
he just slept in there.
For how long? How long was he there?
2 or 3 weeks or so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who fed him?
Oh, while he just walks out, we just lock ourselves away. We're all just wearing, he walks out.
How long was this? How long ago was this? Was this at the beginning of COVID or in the middle of it?
Like middle.
January, earlier this year.
Like,
this year? It was this year?
Yeah.
Wow.
Before you, I think.
Yeah, he got it a month.
When did you get yours?
February.
In February?
Yeah.
In January.
But had you been with your father?
No.
Okay,
no.
so you
I caught it from giving tours.
Okay, somebody there had it.
Yeah.
You give to the new students or the parents?
I think the family gave it to me.
Okay, gave it to you, right. Wow. I had it before they knew it was COVID. But mine only lasted for 3 days. And it was mucus in my lung. It felt like I had the one time I had pneumonia. And I knew it was something, so my wife gave me something. Because I didn't want to bother with it at first because I'd been taking the vitamin. I don't know if I was taking vitamin D then or not. Maybe I wasn't. No, I wasn't taking vitamin D. Did you take vitamin D? Do you and your mother take vitamins?
I have to take vitamin D and turmeric.
Only, but before, when your father had it, you were already taking that?
Yeah.
Does your mother take vitamin D?
She takes all sorts of vitamins.
Okay,
so
that's
does Dad.
He did too?
Mom and Dad takes like, I don't
so
know,
he took vitamin D and he still got COVID?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because that's that and zinc are supposed to be two things that you can take that can help you to prevent from getting it. And if you do get it, it's very mild. You heard that too?
Yeah,
zinc.
so I take like my multivitamin.
Oh, you mean you got it even though you'd been taking?
Yeah, so I every day I take my like 2 multivitamin gummies. And then I take a tablet. It's like a zinc tablet.
Right. You don't play with the gummies, do you? Like, no,
Not anymore. Not anymore. I just put it in my mouth. And then I also eat this thing. It's like I think it's called an elderberry gummy. It's meant to be good for your immune system. So I take that as well. And I also just love the taste. Right. I just eat it every day. And I still got it. So.
And you were already lifting and taking care of your health and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And you still got it.
Yeah.
Wow. That's interesting. Because I've been very, very fortunate. I just had it that one time, and that was it. My oldest son hasn't had it yet at all, and he hasn't gotten any of the shots either.
Oh.
He's the only one in the family that hasn't done it. I did it because my wife's a doctor, and I felt if I didn't do it, and she got it, she'd blame me. So it's best for me just to go ahead and get these shots and get this over with. Yeah. So I did the whole thing. Tell me this. Okay, so we've covered COVID. Tell me about all of the the differences in the fact that people want to be called they and them and the LGBTQ. Are either one of you different than what I think you are?
No, I am.
Okay.
I go by he.
You go by he.
His.
I mean, I go by she.
She.
Her. Yeah.
Have you thought about maybe being a them or a they or whatever? No, you never have. Okay. So how does that affect the two of you, like in school and everyday life? Do you have to deal with a lot of that? Do you have to be politically correct?
No, I'm perfectly okay with the fact that there is he, his, she, her, they, them, and then there's that Zer thing.
What's the Zer?
It's like something other than they, them.
You know about that?
Yeah, but
if you like, for example, if you sign up for
that's the new letter they added to it.
XEXER.
Zer.
Zer, and it's like if you don't think you're a they them or he his or a she her, but you're something you think you're something completely different, then you can put that out.
I heard a comedian say that one of his kids, because he has little kids right now, and he said he kind of addressed his thought, but like when his kids get a little bit older, they're going to say, Dad, I don't want you to call me by any noun or pronoun. I want you to call me.
That's
going to be a sound. I just want it to be a sound. You call me. That's what I want you to call me. I thought that was good.
That's
though.
Funny.
That's good.
But it's just like I'm totally fine. Like it's like I guess I was born a he his, and then I knew that there was a she her.
Wait, who was you? Oh, you were born.
So I was born a he his, like
okay, right.
Straight male. But then, like I knew that like when I was growing up, I was taught that there's just a male and a female.
Okay.
And then as I grew up, went to high school, then I found out people can be bisexual. People can be.
Oh, you didn't know until high school.
Not till high school.
Because you were lucky enough to go to Nishimachi.
Yeah.
Where it wasn't an issue.
It wasn't an issue. Everyone was like straight. Everyone was a he. Like either
and
male
if they weren't,
or female.
they didn't tell. If they weren't, they didn't make a big deal out of it.
Or we were just too young to even understand that.
Right,
so then once I got to high school, I started learning about all these different gender types and sexualities, and I was like, this is neat. But then eventually I got to college, and someone said, I prefer to go by. Like they said D-Diz.
D-Diz? What's D-Diz?
I have no idea.
But that's what they want to be called.
They want to be called, and I was like, no, I'm not doing that. I can't.
Oh, you got
that
was one straw too many.
In my head, I was like, I don't want to do that. But out of politeness, I was like, hey.
D-Diz?
Well, I actually never called them D-Diz. I just called them by their full name, Logan.
They didn't want to be called Logan.
No, well, he didn't. That person didn't mind being called Logan, but if someone was going to write like a text or something, and instead of writing his or her, they'd go by D, like D-E-D-I-S, is Diz. So I was like, I can't do that.
You know who I blame for all of this? Before I get into what you felt about it, Prince. He's the cause of all of this. If Prince wouldn't have said, I don't want to be called Prince anymore, I'm a symbol. Really? And he did that for
Yeah.
about 2 or 3 years until he started going back to Prince again because nobody was going to
Yeah.
have any of that. But he's the one that started that, I
That's
think.
funny.
I hadn't thought about that till just now. That's him with that symbol he had.
Yeah.
How's it affected you?
Hasn't really affected me in any way. Like, I just respect what you want, kind of thing. Like,
When did you start becoming aware of it? What did you know about it when you were at
probably,
Nishimachi?
yeah, like from middle school.
Oh, you know?
I mean, I've heard about everything, so I'm like, you know, if you're straight, that's fine. If you're bisexual, that's fine. If you're lesbian, that's fine. You know, blah blah blah. If you want to be, you know, called different names, that's fine by me. You know, it didn't really like affect me in any ways. Like, I don't mind calling them what they want. Like, that's just me being respectful.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yes, it would be confusing, but
But you
I
don't
mean-
feel like any of it applies to either one of you?
No.
yeah.
So you're not upset that they took your rainbow away?
No.
No, I mean, I went
You
to
don't have you can't even say that you like rainbows anymore.
Exactly.
I mean-
I'm just like,
I
I
they
like
took
myself.
your rainbow, and there's certain letters you can't even have anymore.
as long as nothing's imposed on me, I'm happy.
All right, you can't have a rainbow anymore.
That's
So,
okay.
I mean, if you go to the Pride Parade, you'll be amazed as to like how many people.
If you go where?
To the Pride Parade, you'll be amazed.
Oh, but that's what it's all about.
Yeah,
I don't think they don't have any people that are basically straight in the pride.
yeah.
Maybe they do,
I
or
mean,
don't
there
they don't?
probably is.
Oh, they are.
Yeah, there are.
But they're supporting somebody who isn't.
Yeah, but it's quite amazing to see how many people you can see that are like they don't care, you know, like to just come out
Oh, you went to it. You went to it to see. Why'd you go?
because I'm bisexual.
Are you really?
Mm-hmm.
You didn't say you. You said you weren't anything.
Well, no, I mean I go by he, she, her.
But your sexual preference is bisexual.
Yeah,
Meaning that you like both.
yeah.
Okay. Tell me this: what sport outside of gymnastics did you really like when you were young?
Football,
You liked soccer, you mean?
soccer.
Soccer, and you?
I loved soccer and track.
Did you really?
Track.
Oh.
I
I think.
like track. Yeah.
I think
You
I.
like track? Did you ever? Did you run? Did you jump?
I ran until I broke my knee.
What did you like? What part of track did you like? Did you do hurdles or did you?
No, I did 100, 200, and
Okay.
long jump,
And
and
long jump.
relay,
What?
and relay.
And relay. Okay. Wow. And you?
Just the 100, 200. If coach didn't like me that week, I'd run the 400. But short sprints for me.
Okay. What about swimming?
No.
Nope.
But both of you learned how to swim.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, swim. But that wasn't something you doing to
Yeah.
use as a sport or compete in.
No.
Mhm.
I think that's just more like recreational.
In college, are you doing any sports?
Track and field.
Track and field.
Yeah.
What are your specialty? What do you?
So I specialize in the 100 meter and 100 and 200 for outdoor season, for indoor 60 meters and 200 meters.
Okay. Have you placed in any of those?
For conference, or I guess our league, I've come 8th place or last place in the finals
Mm-hmm.
out of 6 different colleges, so that was nice.
That's good.
And then, at least that's for the short, like the 100 and the 60. For the 200, I'm not at a place because that's 200's a little far for me. It's a little tough for my body to handle, especially 2 races in a day where you're going all out. So,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Wow. And you? What are you doing now, sports wise?
Nothing. I just go to the gym, weight lift. I do.
Now, why do you
sprints there.
weightlift? Why do you do? What are you trying to work on when you're lifting weights?
There's no goal.
At all? You don't
There's
want to
no
be
goal,
slender, or you're not trying to build up like your shoulders or your arms or something, or your
I'm just
legs.
saying overall, you know.
Do you have a trainer?
Yep. So he's just making me do whatever
Mhm.
he feels like making me do, which is brutal.
And you don't know what the goal's going to be.
There's no goal at all.
Okay. How long do you think you're going to do this?
Until we leave Japan.
When's that going to be?
We're aiming for end of this year, if possible, but
And then what are you going to do? You're not going to do it anymore?
we might try and find someone else abroad. But that's just like
We? What do you mean we?
my mom and dad. We've been talking about it as to what I should do once we move. Because I don't know, because I'm not doing any sports right now. So.
Oh, what you should do physically?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's
Have you ever thought about yoga?
no.
Do you like? You don't know anything about it. You haven't done it.
I mean, I did yoga. It's not really my thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Because yoga can be very strenuous. I mean, it can be very, very difficult. It seems because it's so slow, people think you can really break a sweat.
That's what I thought. Like we
You
started
thought
doing.
that was nothing, right? You said I'd be able to do this.
I said to my coach, we just started this year. Like every Wednesday, we call it yoga day or swim day. Instead of running, we do yoga or swimming. But I thought it was going to be so easy because you just go in like the downward dog,
yeah,
child's pose. But
Yeah.
this person on the video on the screen has us in all these weird contortions, and I'm
Right.
like, I can't breathe.
But even the downward dog,
But-
to hold that's like doing a plank.
Yeah, no,
It's no joke. It's
fun.
shaking
It's
like
tough.
this.
It's tough. I
Cool.
love it.
Like, I don't know. I prefer something exciting. Like,
It moves a bit faster.
yeah. Like, football, you just have to keep moving and use your head a bit.
What about martial arts? Didn't you take a class like that? I think you were taking one of the classes, weren't you? Martial arts class here? You didn't do any of those?
No, but I
Okay.
do kickboxing with my trainer if he notices that I have anger built up.
He'll do that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, do you have that often? Do you get anger built up often?
Yep.
Why?
Probably from stress, or I'm just like angry for, I don't know.
Right.
But yeah.
Now, one time you were taking medication for stuff.
I still do.
Do you? What are you taking?
It's for my epilepsies.
You have epilepsy?
Yep.
So, like, what causes it? Like a flashing light? If you see green flashing light, or is it green or red? It's red.
I have
or any
that's a
flashing
good
light.
question.
Well, for me, it's like any flashing lights.
Red can do it.
Yeah.
Right. What happened? You go into a seizure?
So it's not like a physical like seizure kind of thing. It's more like it's like I hear things, see things, feel things kind of thing. So flashing lights trigger loud sounds, just bothers me quite a bit. There's like quite a bit of things. Like I also get these like blackout moments for like a split moment.
You mean you blacked out for a split moment?
Mm-hmm.
And then,
And like it kind of feels like a lag,
okay.
like a delay.
But can people notice it?
No.
Okay.
Like
so
any of my
only you know.
symptoms,
You're right.
like only I know.
They would, because you could be looking at someone and you could actually be blacked out and they wouldn't
But
know it.
They wouldn't know it. They
That's
would
happened to
think
me.
it
But you're taking medication. What type of medication are you taking? You taking that many? No, you're not.
I see like 5 tablets, 5 or.
You
But
don't,
like-
do you take any medication?
No.
He doesn't.
But when did you start taking medication? From what age?
We just we figured this out like 2-3 years ago. But I've had it since I was small. I was just never able to like express it
Right.
properly. So we only figured this out like 2-3 years ago.
Okay. So that's when you really started taking medication?
Yeah, that's when I started getting treatment for everything.
Has it helped?
Yes.
You feel better that you...
Yeah. I just got off antidepressants and all that. So
Wait. When did you get on antidepressants? 3 years ago?
2-3 years ago.
2
Yeah.
3 years. When you were working with me, were you on any pills or anything then?
No.
No, I
Not
didn't think
yet,
so.
yeah.
Not yet.
But I was in therapy from when I was in 5th grade.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Was it?
You were
You don't
there.
maybe.
Yeah.
I was like, no, probably younger than 5th grade. And then I went for a while, and then I didn't want to go anymore, so I stopped.
I remember you telling me about
Yeah.
that. Right.
And then I decided to start over again and go back.
Right.
And then
Not to the same person though.
to the same person. because he already knew about everything, so it would be easier. But if I go to like someone new,
They have to start from the beginning.
Yeah.
Right? I see.
so.
You still work with the same person?
Oh no, I finished. I like
Oh, you finished that?
graduated.
Graduated. Oh, you can graduate. Oh, okay. You can graduate from therapy.
Yeah, I don't know the word for it, but
I hear you.
I
hear
just
you.
wanted to use the word because
They say that I've heard many times on different podcasts where they're saying so many people should actually have therapy, even if you don't think you have a problem, just to find. But I do it in the form of self-help books.
Yeah.
That's my therapy. And like when they tell you look in the mirror and tell yourself you love yourself and that type of stuff. And even this, doing podcasts for me have been very therapeutic because I get to hear other people's emotions
Right.
and their feelings and stuff. And then not just when we're talking on real time, then I get to go back and see the video and I think about what I was thinking then as well.
Yeah.
The hardest thing for me is to not put words in other people's mouths
Right.
and to wait until they finish the sentence. Getting better at it, but still do it.
yeah.
So tell me, what are some of the things you'd like to think about to wrap up this? Oh no, tell me to wrap this podcast up. What do you see yourself doing in the future? I mean, like, yeah, both of you. You have to, because you're 19 now, so I know you think about it. And you're
21.
21, so you're thinking about it.
So after I graduate college or undergrad, I'm hoping to go to the UK or to England to further to try and get a master's degree in sports psychology, and after that maybe a PhD. So I'm very highly motivated. Once I get started on one journey, I need to wrap that up before I start another.
Okay.
So I'm hoping to do that. So after I do all the academics, then I'm hoping to go into maybe working with schools or working with professional athletes on, I guess, the mental side of the game.
Wow.
So that's my goal. Yeah.
Do you want to have a family? Excuse me.
I haven't thought about that. I mean, maybe in the future.
Mm-hmm. But that's not the front of your mind. You don't
No,
think about
right
it.
now it's just get through all
Right.
this chapter of my journey, and then move on to my next.
So do you have a girlfriend in college? I'm just getting personal.
Yeah,
You do?
I do.
How long have you been with her?
2 years now.
Mimi? You have a boy and a girlfriend?
No, neither.
You said you...
Right?
No, okay.
No, neither.
Neither?
Neither.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell me about
Think about it.
what do you thought about your future? What do you think your future?
Yeah, I'm like him. I have no plans.
Okay.
I'm
But
just-
you're only 19 too, so come on.
I'm the type who just goes with it. I don't really plan anything. I mean, with college, I just kind of went with it. I got bored, so I just went with it and just picked something, give me a list of subjects. Just kind of found one, signed up, got in. I just went with it, so future-wise, just gonna go with it.
Then you're gonna go for your master's, possibly some other place in the States?
In England, hopefully, and then
Okay, in England, right.
and then pursue a doctorate, maybe
Okay.
in a completely different place.
Okay.
I just want to travel the world while
I
I'm
hear you,
doing
I
it.
hear you.
So
You think I'm
It's-
going to Dubai or something for you?
that thing I love about Japan is that there's a convenience store
Oh,
like every 2
Vending
blocks
Next door to each other.
next door.
almost.
I know, which
dude,
it's
vending
Sometimes they're right across the
vending
street.
machines.
exactly, and it's so convenient. Like public transportation, I love that. And at least Ohio, in order to get anywhere from my school, you have to drive 30 minutes.
Can you hitchhike there?
You could. It's just
Uber.
it's just not that efficient because
Okay.
there just aren't that many cars that go by my school.
Yeah.
But yeah, Japan's just nice.
Isn't it?
Vending machines.
Vending machines too.
You like that, huh?
Vending machines.
They're everywhere.
Yeah.
Look, I want to thank both of you for taking the time to be here. And to
Thank you.
Shin, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mimi.
Thank
You broke your wrist?
you.
Are you
not
going
very-
bowling? You're going bowling? that's a bowling.
I mean, yeah, why not?
No, why not?
Yeah, why not? Why not?
The bowling alley's right
Yeah.
downstairs.
I'll just like injure it some more.
There you go.
Yeah.
I want to thank all of you for watching this podcast. Remember, it's all unknown, so continue to reach for the stars because you're too blessed to be stressed. Right, Mimi and Shin?
Yeah. Oh yeah.